Good afternoon. This is the Iceman John Bailey. Wanted to share a tip with you guys on how to bring in a henned up gobbler. A friend of mine and I hunted Nebraska this past weekend, and we got set up in this really nice location around about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We got set up. As soon as we got set up, I hit my call. I just went on and just did a simple yelp. Just did a simple yelp, and I had a gobble in front of me, behind me, and out to my left. But they're all at a distance. And so I just went on and hit the call again. I mean, just a simple old yelp, and same thing. They both, all three of them gobbled. And as soon as I did it on the third time, nothing happened. So I just waited. I waited and waited, probably like 5 minutes, because a lot of times if you overcall real quick, a lot of times you can spook a bird. So one thing I discovered is when I call, I'm just calling. I will call like every minute, and because if I call like every 5 seconds, every 10 seconds, for the most part, if he gobble, he's gonna go on the strut and seem like he'll never get to you. So what I did, I waited another 5 minutes and I called again. Nothing. So I heard an old timer tell me years ago. He said, take several calls with you when you go in the woods. Just don't take a box call and a slate call or a box and a glass. Take several calls, and I had like 7 of them with me. I had, my Iceman Signature Series double side call. This was my go-to call in Nebraska, by the way. And so I went on and picked up my other call, my slate over glass and poplar wood. I just went on and picked that up, and I went on and hit it, and he gobbled. And I went on and hit it again. He gobbled. It was amazing. The one that was in front of me and the one that was beside me, they never even said a word. But the one behind me kept on gobbling. And guess what? I went on and picked up another call. I had my double-sided my slate, and I went on and hit it. Uh, they and when I hit that double-sided slate, he gobbled again. But a hen also yelped. She clucked and she yelped. So I hit it again, and she clucked and yelped. But what I did, see, a lot of guys like to mimic a hen, and that's fine. There's different tactics for different situations. But what I did, when the minute she started yelping, I cut her right off. I got real loud, and it wasn't even two notes. I cut her completely off, and then eventually she shut up, and then the gobbler that was behind me, he closed the distance. Gosh, within maybe 10 minutes, he was like within 100 yards, and we could hear him spitting and drumming. So I just went on and I went on to put the call down, because if I could hear him spitting and drumming, for the most part, I put the call down. I don't say nothing, because for the most part, he's gonna come in and see what's going on. So we waited and waited, and it was nothing. Wasn't no more than like maybe 5 minutes later. I seen him out of my peripheral. He came up the ridge in full strut. It was a Miriam's. He came up from my right, and I had my hen out front and a Jake decoy, and I had a decoy in just a little bit, and he came in strutting. He did a 180, went towards the Jake, and then a young lady shot him. But what was so cool about this hunt here is this Miriam's hen. This Miriam's gobbler. He was with a hen that was behind us, but when she started yelping, I cut her off and I got loud. And she did it like 6 times, and every time she did it, I cut her off. And then after the 7th time, I did it. She didn't even respond, so she just pretty much knew that I was the boss of the hens. My call was the boss of the hens. So that's the only reason why that gobbler came into my call, is because I shut her up. I told her to be quiet. And like I said, it's great to mimic a hen when she's calling, but it's also great in other cases to tell her to shut up. So the minute you hear her yelp, the minute you hear her cut, you just drown her out. Go right over top of her every single time. And I guarantee you, that'll help you get that gobbler in closer. All right. One other thing I want to add to this video here. Don't be afraid to take multiple calls in the woods. I mean, a lot of hunters, they'll take a box call and a slate call and a mouth call, just like 3 calls. And if they use all 3, the gobbler might not even say anything. But what I do, I take like 7 of them. I mean, I might take 3 or 4 slates. I'll take a glass. I'll take aluminum. I'll take a mouth call, and I also take a box call. And like I said, that really helped me a lot of the times, because you can use one call one day and he'll just gobble like crazy. You go in and use that call again, nothing. And then what are you going to do? So it's always great to have multiple calls with you, just in case if he doesn't say anything. Not only the calls, you want to have multiple strikers. I got like 7, 8 strikers, and every striker sounds different on the call. Some strikers, it just make your call sound awful, and some strikers, it's just right on. So also make sure you have multiple strikers along with the multiple calls. And you may be weighed down just a little bit, more than you want to, but hey, isn't it better to go home with a gobbler than to go home with a tag? So anyway, take multiple calls in the woods. Give it a try, and start off soft, then work your way up until you strike that gobbler. Just do one little small series of 1 call. If you don't hear anything, go to the next call, then go to the next call, then go to the next call. And then once you get him, try him in about 30 seconds to a minute and see what he does, and then try to work him in from there. All right? I hope this helped you. God bless.